How are you? What is your name? Uh, but what do you do?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Jim. My name is Carissa Mall, and I am the support broker supervisor at a local voluntary agency named Heritage Christian Services.
What is the home of the diversity?
As a provider, I see the positive, the pros of self-direction. Ultimately, really being in giving people more control and choice in their lives. For a really long time, people with disabilities didn't even have opportunities to make some of the most basic choices, and now with self-direction, we're giving them not only that right and freedom to make those choices, but also the funding to go along and support those choices that they have. Some other pros that providers see, I guess, would be that it's allowing people funding options to maybe leave more restrictive settings, which then also leaves openings in those settings for folks that do need that level of support to move in. There's also the side where it's more cost effective for the taxpayers. While ultimately still giving more choice and control to those that should have it.
What is the kind of step diversity?
Well, there are definitely some challenges to self-direction. I think as a provider, what I hear the most is the amount of paperwork right now. So across New York State, agencies are trying to explore ways that technology can kind of take away that barrier. But right now, most fiscal intermediaries have everything in paper. So that can be a really big challenge, especially for someone who doesn't have a great big circle of support with people that can help manage all of that paperwork. Another challenge can be staffing. While we have so much more flexibility with what we can pay staff, we still see a huge challenge in recruiting the right staff for the person. And that can be one of the biggest barriers. Some of the other pieces on a provider side are just getting that documentation that we need so that we can bill Medicaid and be reimbursed for those services. And sometimes the rates aren't quite reflective of the cost of a service. So for instance, brokers are reimbursed $40 an hour, and that just doesn't even come close to covering the cost of providing brokerage, because so much of what brokers do doesn't end up being billable. And there's some other challenges with the cost infrastructure there. But overall, those challenges are pretty small when you look at the satisfaction and the overall success of the program.